just as a side note, if you want to experiment with doing different numbers of knit stitch and purl stitch in your ribbing, for instance, in this book you can see single rib is 1 line of stitches like that. Here is double rib, which is 2 knit stitches, 2 purl stitches, 2 knit stitches, etc. And you can see that the knit stitches produce a ridge here of 2 knit stitch rows. Then there's the 2 purl stitch rows, and they produce a dip, which is what gives it the stretch, and they are sunken. So the knit stitches produce the raised ridge bit, and the purl stitches are what produce the sunken bit. Now if you want to experiment, here I've put the single rib, it's 1 knit, 1 purl, and you need an odd number of stitches. These are all with regards to symmetry. You can, as I said before, use an even number of stitches, but I'm just going for symmetry here with what is actually the norm. Most people use odd stitches. It's very rare really that you use even number of stitches for single rib. So I'm going with what's the norm. Here, double rib, 2 knit, 2 purl. Then you need a multiple of the 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2. Then add the 2. Now, for instance, if you thought, right, I want a raised ridge of 5 knit stitches, and you want a small dip between those ridges of, say, 2 purl stitches. So what you would do to work out how many stitches you need to cast on, you'll do a multiple of 5 plus 2, so you do a multiple of 7 stitches plus whatever the knitted stitch number is, so plus 5, and that is all you need to know. So if you want a raised ridge of 5 knit stitches with a sunken dip in between of 2 purl stitches, so it's quite a narrow dip, you do a multiple of those 2 added together, which is 7, so you do a multiple of 7 stitches cast on plus 5. Let's try that again. So if you wanted, say, you're going to only do 2 raised knit stitches, so it's quite a narrow raised ridge but a big sunken area in between each row of knit. Say you wanted 5 instead with the sunken bit, then you would do a multiple of the 2 plus 5 again, which you might think, oh, it's going to be the same as that one. But no, because you add the knit stitch number, it's plus 2. So for this one, you do a multiple of 7 stitches plus 5, so say it could be 14 plus 5, could be 19 stitches. This one, it's a multiple of 7 stitches plus 2, so it could be 3 times 7, 21, plus 2, so it'd be 23 stitches you could use, or whatever number of stitches you need. Now, if you want to see what these look like, I'll show you in my book. This one here with the large area of purl, there you can see the large area of sunken purl stitches and raised ridge of knit stitches. There's 2 knit stitch rows. Here it's a raised ridge of 5 knit stitches and a small area of sunken purl stitches 2. So for this one, once you've cast on, you with a multiple of 7 plus 5 stitches, you always start with the knit. So you knit 5, purl 2, knit 5, purl 2, knit 5, purl 2, knit 5, and you'll always end on the same stitch you start with. So you'll start with knit 5, end with knit 5, and the next row you'll start with purl 5. So you always start with this number. So you'll start with purl 5, knit 2, purl 5, knit 2, purl 5, knit 2, purl 5. So you'll start on purl 5, end on purl 5. Then you start on knit 5 for the next row. Knit 5, purl 2, knit 5, purl 2, knit 5. And you carry on like that. For this one, you do exactly the same technique for whichever experiment, whichever number of stitches you want to do. So for this one, you'll do obviously cast on the multiple of 7 plus 2 again, and you'll start with the knit number. So you'll knit 2, purl 5, knit 2, purl 5, knit 2, end on the same as you started that row on. Then you start with the same number again, but purl it. So purl 2, knit 5, purl 2, knit 5, purl 2. Next row, knit 2, purl 5, etc. And just keep repeating that same technique, whatever number of stitches you want to try. I hope that's been helpful. See you on the next video.